NENIC represents a community of nursing informatics professionals here in the greater Boston area that come together to network and to educate one another on some of the latest and greatest thinking in nursing informatics.
When we started, we were a young organization of just a few nursing informatics professionals, and the organization has grown over the last 20 years to include so many young, bright, accomplished nurses.
It's an incredible experience to have something so local, to have such a wealth of knowledge and expertise.
It's the relationships that I've developed while a member of NENIC that have really provided me the opportunity to advance my career.
It's just an invaluable network.
Most notably, I would say that it's the relationships that I've developed while a member of NENIC that have really provided me the opportunity to advance my career.
Provided support, whether it was in need of some guidance or just how to reach out to certain folks in different organizations.
To be able to know that you can contact someone for a question or for an idea that you have, if I'm thinking about putting a research study proposal in, is really nice.
Most recently, as a Chief Nursing Information Officer, I had to tap into my NENIC friends to help me understand what I was facing in that role. So having a community of CNIOs that I could relate to was really critical to my progression and my growth. I believe things like big data, population health, and the movement towards looking at communities of patients are really where we need to be from a nursing informatics perspective.
That's one major, and another major impact that we're slowly starting to develop is the transition into mobile devices and really trying to align the reality of our nursing care with the appropriate use of technology equipment.
So I would say that some of the significant advances were nurses and nursing organizations work in standardizing data so that not only could you put data in more discrete terms, but you could then have it stored in such a way that you could analyze it and bring it forth for reports and for decision support.
And I think that a real key within nursing is to approach the data with your clinical hunch and your hypothesis based on what you know of nursing practice and what you think you might find in that data, and go for it and try to see if you can find it. It's a pretty exciting thing to do.
It was in the early 1970s when the Laboratory of Computer Science at Mass General was looking for a nurse to help them to design the nursing aspect of an automated medication system.
So this I would have to attribute to when I was still at the bedside working as a nurse, and we were implemented an electronic health record at the facility.
In the course of interviewing, when they were saying they wanted to do this particular project and other projects that they were doing, grant-funded research, I was very eager, and so they hired me for the position, and as they say, the rest is history, because I stayed there for 25 years working on different automated systems, mostly grant-funded research as the years went on.
Being able to take that information and see, what can we do in nursing to help improve the way we provide care to our patients. That I think made me think, wow, I can really make an impact not only as a bedside nurse, one-on-one with our patients, but making an impact on a broader population.
That is a great question, because I think that, well, it's the ultimate question, right? It's why we do this work. I have been fortunate to work in the space of more patient-centered technology. We're trying to bring patient portals to the bedside for patients that are hospitalized.
We have have this electronic system now where I can put in all the patient data, everything that I've done and able to track, and being able to communicate that across the care team, and having that being able to be visible not only to the nurses, the physicians, but the care managers, the therapists.
Working on some really great research projects at Brigham, where we have developed an app called My Safe Care for patients and families to be able to report safety concerns that they have while they're in the hospital. So we're looking at outcomes. Does this make a difference? And that's really ultimately what we need to evaluate any of these systems for.
And then for me to be able to go back, not just a shift or, the 2 shifts ago, but 2 or 3 days and see how the patient has progressed or not progressed, I think that made it so much more exciting, because now I can really not only depend on my memory, but certainly being able to go back and really kind of paint a picture in my head on a concern I may have with a patient's progress in their care, and that was really exciting for me.